Love lives here.
It is great to be with all of you. So, as I said, we are in a new year, but we still have our focus statement. So we're going to do our focus statement. Let's do it with some J's for January. How does that sound? Jocelyn, does that sound good to you at home? J's. All right. So joyous. How else are we going to do it? James. Right on, James. I love that. Jeff, there you go. All right. How else? Yeah. What? Jubilant. Jazzy. There we go. All right. Now we're stretching it. All right. Cool. All right. Here we go. It's up on the screen for you. It's on the screen at home. There we go. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes, absolutely. That is what we are here. That is what we are about here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. And then to sum all that up, we have our theme for this year, which is a nice little summary, and it's right there on the wall. Live your best life. That's what it means. Live your best life. So this year, for 2023, we are Riverside Thrive, live your best life. Let's hear you say that. Riverside Thrive, live your best life. Yes. All right. So we're about living our best life this year. So this first part of the year, I'm not doing monthly themes this year. We're doing series. We're doing sections. So this first part of the year, we are building the foundation. Does that sound good to you? Building the foundation. So on January 1st, we started the new year off here in the sanctuary with our white stone ceremony, where we entered into a lengthy period of meditation and allowed the name or the word for the year for each one of us individually to come forth. And we wrote it down on a white stone that you can keep in your pocket, or I keep mine on my desk right underneath my computer downstairs so that I can see it all the time. So we started the year off with that. Then last week, so first we caught the name for ourselves for the new year, just the overall name. Then last week, Ed led you in Vision 2023, opening up to Spirit's highest idea of itself, living through and as you for 2023, and opening up to what your soul, what your spirit, what your individualized spirit is wanting to experience and express in 2023. And for those of you who weren't here, there are papers out in the lobby on the slat wall there that have all the questions that we asked during visioning. We have the replay from last week, and we also have a visioning, a facilitated visioning on our website, or on YouTube. And then every third Sunday in the morning at 9 a.m., so next week Sunday at 9 a.m., second Sunday. Sorry, the second Sunday, so you got to wait until February now. So, see, it's my second Sunday next week. But it is the fourth Sunday next week. So, all right. So you got to wait till February. But in February, on the second Sunday, we have visioning downstairs so you can open up to Spirit's highest idea. What I encourage you to do, and what Ed encouraged you to do last week, is to continue to open up to this highest idea, continue to use the visioning process as you're going through, especially this first couple of months, because we're going to continue to refer back to your vision, because your vision, the vision that you catch, not the vision that you're creating, but the vision that you catch, will serve you as your guide through our experience together of living your best life this year in 2023. Sound good? All right, so we've set you up this way. Those are two of the first building blocks that we've done, and so now we are in building the foundation. We're going to talk about G.I.A.T.I. G.I.A.T.I. Anybody know what that is? God is all there is. Yes, we just sang the song, God is all there is. So today we're going to talk about the first three core concepts that we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living. We're going to talk about G.I.A.T.I, God is all there is, or Spirit is all there is, whatever name you choose to call the divine, the higher power, it doesn't really care, right? Call it George, it doesn't matter. I have a friend that calls it Frankie, so, whatever you want to call Spirit, whatever you want to call Source, whatever you want to call the all in all, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, whatever you choose to call it, it's all good. It's all good. And good is also another name for it. There you go. The thing itself. Exactly. All right. So here at Centers for Spiritual Living, what we look at and what we affirm and what we believe is that God is all there is. There is nothing else other than the divine. And so, being nothing else other than the divine, all of life, all of creation itself, absolutely everything in its totality, seen and unseen, is Spirit made manifest. That Spirit is the essence of all things. Spirit is the absolute essence, it's the absolute knowing, it is the all things, and it is beyond all things. So what we say is that it is immanent, meaning that it is present in everything. Yes, the backpack. Yes, the dog poop. Yes, the people you see around you. Everything, absolutely everything, is an emanation, impartation, manifestation of the one life of Spirit, which is an energetic form. So if you approach this from a quantum physics idea or from a physics idea, everything comes down to the same energy. It's all atoms and molecules and the space, the infinite space in between these particles that exist and the subatomic particles that exist. All of that is interconnected. So you and I are the same exact energy, but we're showing up in this form. It's showing up as the cell phone. It's showing up as the computer. It's showing up as the chair that you're sitting on, the house that you're in, the rain that's falling from the sky. All of it is an expression of the same energy, the same essence, the same life force itself. And so how does it come to create? It comes to create, Spirit creates through conscious thought or conscious awareness. It creates through consciousness. So what we say is that the ground of all being is consciousness. Consciousness is the ground of all being. So Spirit has a thought, or Spirit has an impulse, Spirit makes a choice, or Spirit makes a decision, and right? It's consciously creating. So it's also referred to as love. The infinite. The love intelligence of the universe is what Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith refers to it as. It's the love intelligence of the universe. Because it is love, unconditional love, boundless love, it's ever-giving, it withholds nothing, and it is intelligence. And so this combined creates and expresses. So, first principle, first core concept is God is all there is. We're good? Second core concept is the triune nature of Spirit, or the triune nature of this divine. God is just the shortcut word. That's the word we use. But like I said, it's Spirit, it's whatever you resonate, whatever you understand. Sorry. Ooh. So the triune nature. Michelle, if you could put the slide up for me, that would help. So you see, we're going to look at the top part of the slide there, and we're going to look at the circle with the V and the lines in it. You see it up here behind me as well in the sanctuary. You see it there at home. But let's look at the top part first. So if you look at the circle means the totality of spirit, the totality of God, the totality itself. Notice that it is a circle, which means it has no beginning, it has no end, right? No beginning, no end, eternal, infinite, it always is. Then you have three sections. You have the top section, then you have the middle section, and then you have the bottom section, right? And then you have the V coming down in between. So the top section, when we talk about the triune nature of God or the triune nature of spirit, the top section refers to spirit itself. It refers to the spirit or the universal mind in conscious mode. As I was saying, it's God is love, God is infinite, it is self-knowing, it is consciousness, it is the first cause, right? So that's the conscious piece of spirit. The middle piece there is referred to in Centers for Spiritual Living as soul or mind, the subjective mind, the universal mind in its subjective mode. So this soul piece, this middle piece here of the three sections, that middle section is also known as the creative medium or the law. And so this section here is impersonal. It has no volition of its own. It receives the impress of spirit, so it receives spirit's thought, it receives spirit's creativity. Spirit places it within itself in this universal subconscious, or this universal unconscious, or this universal subjective, the creative medium. And this creative medium is where the source of substance is. That's why it's a creative medium. Its substance is here. Unformed substance is in this middle piece, right? And so when spirit places thought or places the idea or places first cause into this creative medium, which it also is, into this aspect of itself, then what happens is form is produced, and that is the bottom. So that is body or form. That is the visible, or, to our eyes, because we have such a limited spectrum, it's also invisible. But it is form. It is the manifest universe. It is this. Okay? The V, moving from spirit into form and returning back to the infinite potential spirit. And notice the little hook on the end is that this cycle continues. That causation makes effect, form, and effect then returns to causation or returns to spirit, some way, manner, or form, returns to spirit, and then is recycled. Because what we know is that energy can't be lost. It simply changes form. It simply changes shape. So it is infinite and eternal, and it continues. Are we good so far? All right. So the triune nature of spirit, it's a triune, 3 in 1, triune nature of spirit is spirit, soul, body. One way of looking at it. Spirit, subjective mind, body. So spirit, mind, body, if you've heard those terms before. Or from a Christian perspective, you have Father, the top, Holy Ghost in the middle, and Son at the bottom. Because in Christian tradition, Jesus, right, is spirit in human form. First cause in human form. And what we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living is that yes, Jesus was spirit in human form, and if spirit is all there is, there's nothing else for anything to be, then guess what? You are also spirit. I am also spirit in human form. The Christ consciousness that Jesus had means that he was fully awake and aware of the very truth and essence of his nature throughout his entire being. That is the Christ consciousness. And that Christ consciousness is within each one of us. Good morning, Debbie. They're right over here. The Christ consciousness is within each one of us, waiting for us to become aware of it and awaken it from within. Good so far. Like I said, we're going back to basics. We're laying the foundations. Okay, so concept 1 was God is all there is, right? Concept 2 is the triune nature of spirit, soul, body. Now, we've come to use spirit in our common vernacular here in Centers for Spiritual Living. We've come to use spirit meaning the whole thing. Okay? All right. So, the creative process is number 3, is the third concept. So, the creative process itself is what I've been sharing with you throughout. There's the idea that's planted into the creative medium that then produces form. So, what this looks like, if another analogy, is you have a tomato seed. You plant a tomato seed into the soil. So the tomato seed is equivalent to the idea, the thought, what you want to experience, the idea. You plant it into the soil, the dirt, which is rich with nutrients. And the dirt doesn't care, does it, whether it is a tomato seed or a carrot seed? Does the dirt care? No, right? So, but the dirt knows how to change this tomato seed, make it do what it does, to then produce the tomato plant at the bottom of the V. So the thought, the seed, planted into the soil, then creates the plant. The plant bears fruit. We enjoy the plant. We love it. We make tomato sauce. I mean, it's great, right? And then the energy shifts, the energy transforms, and returns to spirit. Another way of looking at this is it goes with the V, is from light, presence, to enlightenment. Light to enlightenment. All right? So if you look at the screen again, Shell, if you'll put that for our folks at home as well. If you look at the screen again, the upper part of the screen is the macrocosm. The macrocosm, right? The bottom part of the screen, you'll notice that we have that teaching symbol, what we call the teaching symbol. We have that same symbol, the circle with the V and the lines, as the person's head. Because the person, you, are in form, right? But you, being a divine emanation, impartation, manifestation, demonstration of the creative process of spirit, spirit brought your butt here, sat you here, brought you into this realm of existence, then what we have the opportunity to do as spirit, we as spirit made manifest, as this high idea made manifest, and as an individualized expression of each one, we have the same in the microcosm ability to create through the creative process. We, through our thinking, through our beliefs, through our feeling, through our emotions, plant into the creative medium, which is the universal spirit, the universal soul, the universal subjective mind. We can consciously plant that idea and then experience the results, experience the effect, experience the form. So this is how the creative process works. So I have on the slide there, we had spirit, and so I put the person at the bottom of the V to show that we are in form, right? And then there's the head there to show that we have the ability to co-create our lives with spirit using the same process of the creative process. And so then you say, okay, so how come I don't have my relationship? How come my money's in the toilet? How come? Because I'm thinking good thoughts, or I think I'm rich, or I think I'm lovable, or what have you, right? And I'm saying affirmations, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm going to win the lottery. No, right? And like, you're still sitting here, I was like, well, ain't nobody in this room won that lottery yet, so right? So, what it is it's not about projecting it out and not having feeling behind it, because it's done, from the Christian perspective, it's done as you believe. So if your belief does not match your words, if your belief does not match your actions, if your belief does not match your emotions, then guess what? You're sending mixed signals. I'll have the chili verde, but what I really want is the taco salad, but I'm saying I'll have the chili verde, but I want the taco salad, right? You're sending the universe is like, what? Here, have a hamburger. Right? So we can use this process to co-create, but we can only demonstrate, which is a word that we have a tendency to use, or we can only manifest, which is another word we have a tendency to use. We can only experience, which is the word I prefer to use, that which we are willing to accept, that which we are willing to receive, and that which we are willing and capable of believing. So it's not just saying a whole bunch of affirmations. Affirmations can get us to the right place. It can start us in the right mindset, but it's not until we really believe those affirmations and beyond believing, embody those affirmations to know that, you know what? This is really true for me. This isn't just some little pithy thing that I read, every morning, or that I say every morning, what have you. This is the way I live my life. When we move into that place, then we start living our best life. Comes through this creative process. So, yeah, beloveds, get out there and manifest your parking spots. That's fine. It's a good entry level until it doesn't work anymore. Because wait a minute, I used to be able to manifest parking spots, but what happened? It's because Spirit, there is that within you that knows there's much more to this than manifesting parking spots, that is much deeper and richer and waiting for you to awaken to it. So, this week, I invite you to really take these three core concepts. God is all there is. The triune nature of Spirit, the triune nature of God, spirit, mind, body, and the creative process of planting that idea, that thought, that belief into the creative medium and allowing it to begin to germinate. Because We live in a time-space continuum. Spirit does not. Spirit is infinite. Spirit will deliver it when it's good and ready. Okay? So allow it to germinate and allow yourself to begin to see how these things, how it begins to change. And if you've got something that you've been thinking about for a long time and you're wondering what's going on, look for the blocks. Look for how your words and your actions and your beliefs aren't matching up. It's a good place to start. Okie doke? Yeah? All right. So, next week, we're going to talk about concepts 5, 6, and 7. Wholeness. No, we're not doing 4 next week. I know. We're going to talk about 5, 6, and 7. We're going to do 4 the week after. Or 4 2 weeks from that. We're going to do 5, 6, and 7, which is wholeness. The wholeness of the universe, the oneness, the unity, the abundance, the infinite supply, the infinite source, and the reciprocal nature of the universe, a.k.a. karma. Ooh. All right. Okay, so I invite our practitioners to stand and surround the sanctuary. And our form of affirmative prayer is really, when you listen to it, which is, prayer is core concept number 4, by the way, Dinah. I know you know that, but when you listen to the way that we approach affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment, when you listen to the way we do this, a spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer at Centers for Spiritual Living is an example of and is a use of these first 3 core concepts. Okie doke? So I invite you to open your ears, open your hearts, open the consciousness, and let's come together in consciousness as we tap in. And I recognize that Spirit, that God is all there is. G.I.A.T.I, God is all that there is. There is nothing but God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and that which God did not create was never, ever created. So I know that all of the universe, everything in the universe and beyond, is Spirit, is God made manifest, is Spirit made manifest, is Spirit in divine demonstration of itself. It first started as an idea within this one mind of Spirit, the universal mind, the universal consciousness that is love intelligence itself, that acts upon itself to bring forth life, to bring forth creation, to bring forth the manifest body of itself. So it is the all in all. It is omnipotent. It is omniscient. It is omnipresent. There is no place. There is nothing unknown to Spirit. There is no place where Spirit is not. As we say, there's not a spot where God is not. Spirit is all that there is. And because I know that Spirit is all that there is no other source, there is no other substance, there is no other energy, there is no other power, because I know this, I know that I am a manifest expression, individualized expression of the one life, the one power, the one presence, the one love, intelligence that is through all as all. And because I know that there is just this one, and that I am one with it, by logic, it has to mean that everyone here present, everyone within the sound of my voice, everyone everywhere, throughout time, throughout history, all of life itself has to be one with the one. Everything, everyone is a divine emanation, impartation, manifestation, demonstration of this one life. So I know that we are all unified in this one consciousness, in this one life, in this one being, though each one is an individualized expression of this one. Each one of us is a microcosm of the macrocosm itself. So we are one. And so I speak my word here and now for this beloved community as we start this new year in 2023. We start this new exploration of life with one another, life on the planet, and our own individualized lives, and what it means to live our best life, what it means to live our highest potential. I know that we continue to grow and deepen and open and expand our consciousness and make ourselves available to the high idea of spirit, what spirit envisions our life to be, and we say yes to that. We bring ourselves into alignment with that. We co-create our life with spirit. And how beautiful and magnificent and glorious is how it has to be, because it can be no other way. Because it is spirit as me, with me, in each of us, that is bringing forth new joy, new love, new experience. And so I allow myself, and I claim for everyone, the embodiment of this one life, the embodiment of this one love, the embodiment of this truth. And I sit and I wait, and I, with joyful expectancy, to see the bounty, to see the riches, to see the beauty, and I let my light shine, and I am glorious, as is each one here. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for this word. I give thanks for this gathering and for this beloved community, and for the commitment we all have in this moment to continue to build the foundation for living our best life this year. I claim it. I know it. I allow it to be so. And I release this word into the universal law, into that creative medium that always says yes, that knows how, because I don't need to know how. It knows how. I release it now into that. And I open and I receive, I let it be, and so it is.
Love